Hey everybody, let's play the letter V 6 times. We're actually just going to play it once. The name of the game is the letter V 6 times. Let's just get started. Great, we lost already. Sorry everybody. Alright, so this is the first level of the game. Why don't we go ahead and learn our controls? That's it, those are the controls. Great job. So, what's this game about? Well, your main character, Captain Viridian, only has one way of getting around. He moves left and right, and he flips gravity. There's no bosses, there's no attacking, there's no new power-ups or anything like that. It's just you versus, well, spikes mostly. And we collected our first shiny trinket. What do? Who cares? They're shiny. They actually unlock some things, and they're in generally the hardest rooms in the game. So they're fun to collect. Alright, so apparently we're on some kind of spaceship, and from that note, we're the only ones here, so it's just us versus, again, these obstacles. And one thing I really like about this game is it constantly throws little new challenges at you. Because there's no changes in powers that you get or anything like that, it's just you versus what you see. And just like that, they can throw some little surprises at you, things you haven't seen before. If by modern you mean looks like a Commodore 64 game, because that's what this is a tribute to. So that'll turn out to be our world map, and once we can find a teleporter, we can use it to zip over to that letter T, and we'll be back on our ship. So that's our goal. We're going to rescue the rest of the crew. As you can see, you can only have one checkpoint active at a time. That becomes important later. And again, one new challenge after another. Now these are pretty similar to the traffic signs that we saw a little bit earlier, but you have to navigate yourself around them in different ways. And we've seen disintegrating platforms, some moving platforms, and with this it's kind of a puzzle about how you're going to proceed. There are two different directions now, and like you don't really need it. It's shiny! Get it! Again, these tend to be the most challenging rooms in the game. You have to make some pretty adept maneuvers to be able to collect them. And that's what I really like about this game, is you can collect them or not. And you're not good at the game and you die, you just go back to the checkpoint. Deaths are not really punishing very much in this game. So it gives the designers an opportunity to show you some surprises, and if it costs you a death, so be it. So we're going to have a couple of different levels in the game, and each one of these characters is going to come with a different level design change. And again, like I was saying, some surprises come up from time to time. And again, like I was saying, there are some surprises that come up from time to time. And they get you. But one of the things that this game does well, as opposed to, say, I want to be the guy, is that the deaths are not terribly punishing. So if you get surprised by something like that, it's not really a huge deal. And even after that, you still got to learn what you've got to do to execute the maneuver successfully. And what makes this great is it's a combination of timing, of execution, and a little bit of puzzling because you've got to figure out what the right path is. I can see through time! So there we go. Honestly, it was kind of like Dr. Violet rescued herself, since she got us to the ship, but whatever, we get credit for it. And let's find out what the deal is. Man, they get a lot of mileage out of these two facial expressions. These scenes sort of give you a hint as to what challenges are coming up next. For example, you see this guy's caught in an infinite loop. And of course, Dr. Victoria is trapped in the part of the space station that produces rectangles. That's actually a good question. The game is very open-ended. You're not forced into any particular order. So not only are they clues about how to get back to the ship if you need to, they're also clues for where things might be, like crew members or trinkets. So that pretty much does it. Now we've got a lot to figure out. We've got to figure out over this large overworld where the teleporters are, where our crew members are, and how to get them back to a teleporter so that we can rescue them and eventually get this ship out of here. And over that time, we'll encounter some new level gimmicks that add some challenge, add some interest to it, and really expand on just the one core mechanic that keeps the game really interesting. So look forward to it, and we'll see you next time.